Hey, what's going on, everyone? All right, so here are your readings for August 2018. So these are going to be good for your sun, moon, and rising signs. And for all you cross watchers, be gentle on yourself, okay? For this month, we're using the Journey of Love Oracle and the Tarot of the Spirit here. And also, I want to make a shout out to Miss Leslie here for participating in the Amazon wish list and for purchasing the Journey of Love Oracle. Thank you so much, Leslie. It was great. They're beautiful cards. I love them. And thank you for allowing me to present, some fresh new content for everyone for this month. And also, guys, if you'd like to participate in the Amazon wish list that I have going, see the description box for more information. Also, regarding the Oracle, whatever messages you get once you see the cards or the imagery on the Oracle, that's your own special message for you for this month as well. All right, guys, let's go ahead and bless the decks, and we'll get started. Father God, I open all channels of light, Lord, north, south, east, and west. Guardian angels of the four directions, high councils who serve the law of one, holy pure ones, please anchor this space now in your divine consecration to provide every single zodiac sign with the clarity and direction as to which he or she seeks. And please grant me, the reader, the objectivity to read the cards and relay every single message as they're meant and or intended to be this month. Libra scales, alrighty. So here we go. Here's a reading for August 2018. We're doing things a little bit different now this time around, or at least this month, I should say. What we're doing now is we're going to use some oracle cards as well as tarot. So I was guided to do this for y'all this month, so we're just going to follow it, okay? We're just going to go with it. Anyway, these two cards here are face down. I haven't seen them. These are going to, let's say advice cards, but they're just going to, see what they mean and how they resonate with the reading as a whole. So here in the center we have the Two of Cups, or the Two of Water reversed. And here we have the oracle card for number 16, and it's Heart of the Moment. And then we have the other oracle here, number 68, Drop into Your Heart. And we also have 67, the Swan. So Heart of the Moment here, Libra, what it speaks of is you're in a transition zone in your life and within or about or concerning your relationships, where one choice, Libra, will manifest as many opportunities for you regarding the future or the outcome. That's what this card stands for. So Drop into Your Heart stands for what may be troubling you right now, or maybe joyful, either way, regarding those two areas, or both areas, or one or the other. So yeah, what's troubling or joyful for you right now? The divine wants to receive this from you as a gift, so that then they may return it back to you as a special blessing. And here we have the Swan, and this one stands for, what the oracle means is you're held within grace of a great soul, the teacher of a great heart, and of the Spirit, which brings endless light that is bestowed upon you for protection. All right, Libra, so let's see. I'm feeling, Libra, like this month, I'm picking up that this has probably already happened, or it's the very current, energy that's kind of going on, But what I'm picking up is like, you may be dealing with the after effects of this, I feel. And I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like you learned a valuable lesson from this. When I say lesson, there's good lessons as well, What I'm feeling like is you may have been involved with two different people, or that could be some of you. And for others of you, I'm feeling like you were involved in a situation, person, place, or thing, where there was like a tug of war with your heart in terms of like Do you make a head over heart decision or a heart over head decision? And I'm feeling like you were pulled between these two areas. And the heart over head decision had to do with, are you going to respond with your heart in terms of how you felt within that moment? Within that realm, of, I just picked up uncertainty. So it's like trusting your intuition. It was trusting your heart. It was trusting what came up first, which our intuition is part of trusting our heart. Our intuition is a feeling. It's completely the opposite. It's the antithesis of logic. That's why no one or anything can tell you that your intuition is wrong, because it's what you feel inside. No one can tell you that you can't feel that or what you're feeling is wrong. So no one has a place to say anything like that. And then vice versa, you with other people. But that's besides the point here. But what I'm trying to get at here, Libra, is that it was in the heat of the moment. And I don't feel like it was a bad thing. I feel like you were coming from a heart-based position, from a heart-spaced disposition. And you made a decision that, was relatively pretty well. I don't feel like it was a bad thing. But I feel like as time went on, you kind of maybe realize, maybe this isn't what I want. Maybe this heart over head decision, was kind of like, not that you regret it. It was just kind of like, you were left saying to yourself or asking yourself the question, like, is this really what I want? It was a review of what lies within your heart, and how that which resides within your heart, how that comes out, or how that manifests in terms of a decision. Like I said, I don't feel like it was bad. But then as time went on, and you were sitting there with with this deliberating kind of going on back and forth with yourself, that's when I feel like you came to a position where you then had to drop into your heart, where you then had to say, this decision that I made, like, it may not have been the best decision, but I'm just still going to trust the process. I feel like it was like that. It was a lot of, you trusted the process at the beginning of the situation, and even if you come up or you have came up with the conclusion that it may not have been the best decision. When I say best, meaning like not the best vibrational decision for you. I'm not saying like, it was like the wrong decision where like all hell broke loose. Now maybe for some of you that may be. But I'm feeling like it's more of like you were just like, okay, yeah, maybe I didn't want this, or maybe I don't want this. Whatever that may be for you. So then you, like I said, you just sit there with it, and you have to then ask yourself, where do I go from here? And then I feel as though that then you gave it to God, you gave it to Spirit. You then said, okay, what's meant to be will stay, and what's meant to leave will go. So what I'm glad to see here is that from the beginning of the situation, your heart was in the right place. And even throughout the deliberation with yourself, your heart was still in the right place. Your intentions were great, and they were benign, and they were filled with love and compassion, and filled with the divine from the beginning. And throughout the process, it was there, and also as it ended as well, or upon it ending. What I'm feeling here too, like at the bottom here with the swan, it's like through this experience, that's when you really did learn, like, I'm the teacher of my heart, or I'm going to teach myself what resides in my heart and really dig deep in as to what's in there. And if you feel like you made the wrong decision, or you may have kind of rushed the decision, you weren't mad about it. When I say you weren't mad about it, it was more of your approach, your disposition, your intention. Now, what other people did or how other people reacted, you have no control over that. So I feel like you weren't really dwelling over that. Now that may have been somewhat of a factor in terms of maybe starting the self deliberation with yourself. But I just feel as though that this was, like I said, a lesson for you in terms of, sorry, one second, Libra, let me see what I'm getting here. This was a lesson for you in saying, or in always needing to check in with yourself. Like I said, it's not the wrong decision. It wasn't so bad. But it was more of like, okay, I just picked up, are we still somewhat, Libra, maybe you guys have come a long way. You really have. Now, in me saying that, what I want to say here is maybe you may have compromised yourself just a little bit here. But I don't feel like it was a compromise at a loss. I feel like it was more of a compromise to recognize. It's interesting. A compromise to recognize what's in your soul, what's in your heart. And ultimately, if you feel like there was rejection here, it was because of protection, usually, you know? That's usually the case here. But it was more of just, this is the first card that popped out, the second, and then a third in terms of the oracle. So it was more of, interesting. I just picked up this too. With the Two of Cups here reversed, it can be a soulmate connection with some of you, but I'm feeling like this is more of your masculine and feminine sides coming together. I feel like heart of the moment may be a little bit more of your masculine side, and then drop into your heart was more of the feminine side, the going over things, the contemplation of things. When this is more of just kind of like, not saying that it's bad, but it was just very sudden, you know? It was like impulsive, but like I said, you were still, your heart was in the right place. And then it's like through this experience that you had in terms of bringing your masculine and feminine sides together, and then bringing them together and seeing, I need to have a healthy balance with that so that I don't compromise myself. You know, you end up being the swan, where you end up gliding across the water. Beautiful, you know? And also, what's interesting here too is swans, I believe, pretty sure, swans mate for life as well. So it's almost like making a pact with yourself, saying that I'm going to keep this masculine and feminine, this is like subconscious, you know, masculine and feminine side together so that they stick together and that they're one. Interesting, Libra. But remember, this is bestowed for protection. Okay, the Four of Cups reversed. And the Three of Cups reversed. Okay. So, I mean, things may have not worked out as planned. You know, maybe you did get caught up in the moment a little bit. You may have also kind of made this maybe quick decision or rash decision in the hopes that everyone involved will get along. But I'm feeling like you never entered that moment of discontent, like the Four of Cups speaks of. Interesting too, whenever the Four of Cups is reversed for, whenever I see it in any spread, at least for your guys' readings, when the Four of Cups is reversed, I look at it as sometimes a missed opportunity, but I don't feel like you missed this opportunity. Or if you feel like you missed some type of opportunity, what the opportunity that you didn't miss was self-realization. The opportunity of bringing your masculine and feminine sides together, right? You didn't miss an opportunity to be like the swan, to bring it together and to really look at what's in your heart, what's really there. And like I said, it may not have worked out the way that you wanted it to. Also, the Three of Cups reversed can also kind of mean a little bit like when your desires maybe override your needs a little bit. I'm kind of picking that up a little bit too, but it was more of a soulful lesson. It's almost like you kind of had to unbalance the scales in order to balance them again. You had to see what was on each scale, what was on each end. What I'm getting, the image I'm getting, Libra, is like there's two scales, right? And then there's a plethora of things on the scale to the right, and there's a plethora of things on the scale to the left. And you're not sure which pieces is really weighing it down and what's the heaviest. So I'm kind of, what the image that I'm getting here is like you picking pieces off of each side of the scale and saying, okay, oh, this piece is heavier than this one. Okay. Oh, this one's made of a heavier metal than this one. Okay. Yeah. So maybe I need to remove that. It was taking those pieces off of the scale. Sometimes we have to take things apart completely in order to view or to see what really is the makings of it. So it was like that. It was like, yeah, I can see it's like, okay, no, that one's heavier. Okay, no, that one, okay, yeah, like doing that type of thing. And I feel like that was a drop into your heart moment. And maybe this was a soulmate connection up to a certain point that you maybe thought you wanted, and that's okay. That you are still taking pieces off of this scale. You're trying to balance yourself. If someone did end up getting kind of hurt within this situation, I don't feel like they got extremely hurt coming from your end, because I feel like your intentions were good from the beginning and from the start and from the jump, So you went about it as best as you could. Now, it may not be exactly what you wanted it to be, but you didn't miss this opportunity at all. And the opportunity is for self-growth and to realize what really lies beneath the surface for you, Let's see here, Libra. Maybe let's see if I'm getting anything else. I'm also feeling like maybe your spirit guides, your ancestors, who or whatever it is that you confide in or you feel is a part of your spiritual team, they were pushing you to make this decision or to go through this experience, because I feel as though what I'm picking up here is that they knew that you were coming from a good place, so you would follow through with it in a good place. It wasn't like they were trying to set you up for any type of failure or anything like that. They knew that you would respond positively to it, or at least have an intellectual understanding of it up to a certain point, which would then strengthen your intuition as time goes on. And I feel like your guides, your angels, were involved within, like I said, this situation, and they had your back during the entire time. Now, there may have been moments when you were like, damn, but I'm just feeling like they had your back during this entire time. And you may have also felt like I just picked up on your back a lot. No, I don't mean it in a sexual way. I mean, that could have been the case, but when I say on your back a lot, it was more of like the contemplation. I don't know why the Four of Swords from the Rider-Waite just popped in my head, that image where it's like laying down and closing your eyes and saying, okay, what is really important here? What's the lesson here? What do I want? What's the decision? How am I going to do this? What's really important here, I feel. And it was a situation where it was just a bunch of like elements put together, and then it amounted to what it did. But I don't feel, and maybe it's for some of you Libras out there, if you're feeling discontent right now, what I'm feeling like as time goes on, you're going to see the soulful lesson in it, or the soulful advantage in it, in terms of bestowing light and protection upon you, because we don't understand the lessons until the damn end. Even for us spiritual teachers and light workers, we learn the lesson at the end too. It's damn debilitating at times, but we learn a lot about ourselves throughout the process, and that's what's key, and that's what really matters, and that's what incites ascension, is when we learn from, and we come from those places of despondency, and then when we make our way out of it, and we have that turning point, and we become the swan, that's when we then realize, oh, we have those, like, we have that moment where it's like, oh, yeah, that's why. And then you end up telling your, like, you know, your guides or God, we should have just told me that shit from the beginning. You know what I mean? But it was meant to be. Interesting reading, Libra. Okay, Libra, I think that's all I'm pretty much getting for August 2018. Interesting reading. It's gonna be fine, and I'm pretty sure you feel fine. You may just be a little like a little off, but you know, sometimes we need to go through certain experiences to really understand what are the underlying motivations that facilitate those decisions. And when we learn that, that's soulful growth, and that's invaluable and priceless. And that's the whole damn point of ascension here, okay? All right, Libra, take it easy. Don't beat yourself up for any of this. You're fine. You know, it's all about balancing your masculine and feminine sides at this point. All right, Libra, we'll see ya.